And what is the size of what do we say, MAC address?
48 bit.
And how we represent MAC address?
Hexadecimal.
In hexadecimal. How many characters are there?
12 characters.
12 characters. So my lowest MAC address can be what?
0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
12 times 0.
Yes.
And my largest MAC address will be what?
12 type.
12 time map.
12 time F. Yes.
Correct. And guys, how MAC address is globally unique? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because there is INA, right? Who is managing it? So we have divided MAC address into two parts. OUI. OUI stands for Organizational Unique Identifier. And the second means last 24 bits are vendor assigned. Then guys, what is the size of IP address? 32 bits. How we represent it?
We represent in dotted decimal.
Dotted decimal. How many field we have?
4 field.
And each field will carry how many bits?
8 bits. 8 bits.
And by using 8 bits, what lowest value you can represent? Lowest decimal value you can represent? 0.
0.0. Yes.
And with the help of 8 bits, what maximum decimal value you can represent? 255. So my lowest IP address is going to be what? 0.0.0.0. And my largest IP address is going to be what? 255.255.255.255. Correct? Then guys, what is subnet mask?
Dividing large network to smaller network.
No, that is subnetting. Subnet mask is a tool which specify how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there. So for class A, what is the subnet mask?
Class A.
Yes.
255.0.0.0.
Very good. For class B?
255.255.0.0.
For class C?
255.255.255.0.
Now guys, why we have divided the IPv4 address into classes? Class A, class B like this? The reason behind it is what?
To avoid the wastage of IP address.
Wastage or shortage? Shortage.
Shortage is wasted.
Wastage for subnetting, na? For the wastage we have what? We come up with subnetting.
Yes.
Right.
Wastage we come up to subnet.
And to reduce the shortage, we divide it into classes so that you can configure IP address from class C if you have a small network. If you have large network, you can use IP from class B. If you have very large network, then you can use IP from class A. Remember the previous class, right?
Yes.
Then guys, what is the range of class A?
0 to 127.
0 to 127. What is the range of class B?
128 to 191.
And class C?
192 to 223.
223. Okay. Then we come up with subnetting, right? So why we come up with subnetting? Okay, that is also fine. To divide large network into a smaller network. With the help of subnetting, what we are doing? We are shifting network bits into host portion, right? If I need to
We are shifting host bit
network bit.
address. Yes.
Yeah, you can say we are converting host bits into network bits.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is one interface of router. Is my screen visible? Yes. So here can I configure this IP address brother? 192.168.10.255.255.255.128. Can I configure this IP address on this interface?
So
Will
I
it
think
take?
it will not.
No.
I think it should be zero.
Okay, now
Every
then.
time we have to calculate these types of ones. Once you ask
No,
us
no,
to
don't worry. When you will get the funda, it will be very easy for you to understand. For now, just do one thing. If you don't know that router is going to take this IP address or not, then what you can do, you can find the network ID. See, if you have this subnet mask, guys, 255.255.255.128, that means how many bits you have converted, how many host bits you have converted into network bits.
2 bit,
1 bit.
2 bit or 1 bit?
1 bit.
1 bit
one
na.
bit. Yes, yes, 1 bit. Yes,
That means how many networks are there?
two, two
That means
networks.
2 networks are there.
Yeah, yes,
Now tell me the network ID of first network.
0, and another is 128.
One second. I think my pick is not working. What happened? Yeah, so now you tell me guys, if one network is 192.168.10.0 and another network is 192.168.10.128, then is it a valid IP address or not? If it is valid IP address, then router is going to take.
Yeah, this is valid IP. Yes, it is valid IP address.
It is valid?
Yes,
Yes, it is valid. Because see guys, from the first network, 192, what is this? Okay, now my pick is also. Because see, first network is 192.168.10.0. Second network is 192.168.10.10.128.
10.1, 1. Network, yes,
Huh.
128.
That means this network is ending on which IP address? 192.168.10.120,
127.
and this network is ending on 192.168.10.255. Can I configure this IP?
No, this is a network address.
Can I configure this IP?
This is broadcast address. No,
Can I configure this IP?
no,
Can I configure this IP?
no.
Except these four, I can configure any IP address, right? So guys,
Yes,
this IP address comes under this range, yes or no?
yes,
So yes, it is a valid IP address.
yes, it is valid. Yes, yes.
I'm getting some noise, brother. Yeah. So okay, one more question, guys. You can see I'm able to configure this IP. Now I'm going to configure this one IP.
Sir,
Yeah.
just a second. What we have seen, just in that both condition, the subnet mask was same in for both network. 192.168.10.0, there is subnet mask 255.255.255.128, and another network 192.168.10.128. The subnet was
Subnet mask will be same na for both. Let's say I have my actual network is this one 192.168.10.0/24, right? But here I am using what 25. That means I have divided this network into two parts. First network 192.168.10.0 10.0/25. Another network is 192.168.10.128/25, like this.
okay, clear.
Clear?
Yes,
Yes. So now guys, can tell me, can I configure this IP address over here? 192.168.10.65, subnet mask 255.255.255.192. That means I have borrowed this time 2 bits. Number of network is going to be 4.
4.
And what valid host is going to be there, guys? 2 to the power h minus 2. What is h? Host
H
bits,
is the host bit.
right? So total number of network bits is 24 plus 2, 26. Yes or no? In first octet, all bits are 1. In second octet, all bits are 1. In third octet, all bits are 1 because of class. This IP address belongs to class C. And you have converted 2 more host bits into network bits, correct?
Yes.
So total number of network bits are 26. Then you tell me now, out of 32 bits IP address, if 26 bits are network, then how many host bits are there?
What is 32?
Out of 32 bits address, 26 are network. Then how many?
Yes, sir.
6 bits. So 2 to the power 6 minus 2. 2 to the power 6 is what? Means in each network you are going to get 62 valid IP address, right? Usable
Yes.
IP address, you can say,
Yes.
right?
64 minus 2. Yes.
And guys, how we find the next network? From where next network is starting? 256 minus subnet mask of last octet 192. What value I will get? 64. That means my next network is starting from 64. First network 192.168.10.0. Second network 10.64. 64 na brother, you will add this value na in the fourth. Then third network 128. 64 plus 64 128. 128 plus 64 192.
192.
Right? So these are your 4 network. Now you tell me, can I configure this IP address? Now I am expecting answer, brother, at least, right? This is your network 1, this is your network 2, and this is your network 3, this is your network 4.
Yes, we can configure. This is the first valid IP.
Tell me, brother, all
This is the first valid IP. Yes, we can configure.
done. But can I configure this one? 192.168.10 dot 127.
No.
This is a broadcast IP.
Broadcast of which network?
Broadcast of 64. 192.168.10.64.
Second network.
Yes, second network.
Very good. Okay, can I configure this one? 190. Okay, so this is valid IP address from which
Last
network?
valid. Last valid IP 192.168.10.128.
Very good. Third network, right? And can I configure, guys, 255?
This is a broadcast address. Yes. No, we can't configure this.
This is broadcast address of fourth network,
Or fourth network.
right? Can I configure dot what we can say? 64.
This is a network address of
This is network address.
yes.
That's why you are not able to configure it, right? Second network ID. Okay. So I am expecting, guys, now class C subnetting is clear to you all. You guys can solve subnetting from class C. Okay. Now I am going to tell you about one book. I'm talking about this book. This is, guys, a CCNA Todd Lemney routing and switching book. I have shared it in your group as well. So here you can learn more about the IP addressing. Like from here you can start the reading. One of the most important topic in any discussion of TCP IP is IP addressing. And IP address is a numeric. specific specific location of the,
Belongs on the network.
then
An IP address is a software address, not a hardware address. The latter is hard coded on a network interface called NIC, used for finding hosts on the local network. IP addressing was designed to allow hosts on a one network to communicate with a host on a different network, regardless of the type of lens the hosts are participating in. Before we get into the more complicated aspects of IP addressing, you need to understand some of the basics. First, I am going to explain some of the fundamentals of IP addressing and its terminology. Then you will learn about the hierarchical IP addressing scheme and private IP addresses. IP terminology throughout this chapter you are being
leave
registered
it, read from here.
bit. A bit is one digit, either A1 or A0.
Either 1 or can be 0. Bit is can be 1 or 0, right? Then
Byte.
read it.
7 or 8 bits. 8 bits.
Octet,
Made up 8 bits is just an ordinary 8-bit binary number.
read this one, network address.
This is a designation used in routing to send packets to a remote network. For example, 10.0, 10.0.0.0, 172.16.0.0, and 192.168.10.0.
Okay, so this network belongs to which class?
And that's
Class A,
This one,
class B,
this one.
and this is class
class
C.
C.
So this, it is talking about the network address, right? Then it is talking about the broadcast address,
Broadcast.
binary to decimal conversions. What is this? For class A, how many?
8 bits network, 8 bits host, 8 bits host, 8 bits host.
So
Serial.
total number of host bits are
24.
24 for class A. And how many network bits are there?
8 bits.
For class B,
16 bits of network and 16 bits of host.
for class C,
24 bits of network and 8 bits of host.
Very good.
same thing we had discussed in last class, guys.
Yes, sir.
Then class D is
Multicasting and before research.
correct. Class A, you can learn more about class A. Like as I told you, first bit will be always what?
0.
0. 0 now, brother. That's why I have got the range for classes. I have reserved the bit. So for class A, we have reserved C, first bit. It will be always 0. So how many network you can design from class A? Only 7. Because we have only 7 network bits. One is reserved, right? You cannot use this one. So most of the people are saying I can design 2 to the power 8 network from class A. But this is, guys, wrong answer. Right answer is 2 to the power
7.
7. So when Cisco is going to ask you this question in CCNA 200301, he is going to give you first example 2 to the power 8. This is option A, right? For option B, 2 to the power 6. Option C, 2 to the power 7. And option D, 2 to the power, let's say 5. Anything. So option C is correct,
Yes, sir. Option C is correct.
right? And this is the reason how I get the range. Then, guys, for class B, we have reserved 2 bits. First bits will be always 0 and sorry 1, and second bits will be always
0.
0. Second bit will be always 0. So what range you will get? This one, correct? And now how many network I can design from class B?
2 to the power 6.
2 to the power 6. Very good.
Class B,
Yeah, class B. How many network bits are there in class B?
16.
And how many bits I have reserved?
2 bits.
Two bits are reserved.
So total free network bits are 14, right?
14.
So I can design 2 to the power 14 network. That's it. So when Cisco is going to ask you that how many network I can design from class B, option A, 2 to the power 16. And most of the people are saying this is right answer. But guys, this one is wrong answer, right? 2 to the power 14 is the right answer. In the same way for class C, you can see I have reserved 3 bits. First bit will be always 1, second bit is going to be 1, third bit will be always 0. So you have how many free bits in third octet? 5. So total network bits for class C is 24 and minus 3 bits, right?
21.
21. So from class C we can design 2 to the power 21 networks. Okay. This is a revision for you, right? Okay. Then you can read about class D and class E. After that, okay. Then you can read about some reserved IP address, guys, like 172. Leave it for now. Then class A addresses. You will get the range of class A, class B, class C like this. Then guys, again for each class we have divided IP addresses into two parts, private and public. Still, after subnetting also we have shortage. So what did we divide again each class IP address into two parts, like class A IP address, class A IP address range is 0 to
1,
127
127, yeah.
in the first octet,
Yes.
Okay.
right?
And
Now we have divided this range into again two part, guys, private and
public. Public.
public, so that I can reuse this IP address, this private IP address, right? Let's say in your organization you are using one network 192.168.10.0. I can use same network in my organization as well, right? No problem at all. Both are private. So this is the reason why we have divided the IP addresses into private and public, so that I can reuse some IP addresses. Getting my point? But problem is what? Private IP addresses are not routable on the internet, right? You cannot reach to internet with the help of private IP address. It is not routable. Don't worry about it. We will discuss more about it, like private, public. And the public IP is
Routable.
routable on the internet, right? And it is not reusable.
And private IP is reusable.
Reusable, right? And it is free of cost, and public IP address is payable. You have to pay, you have to purchase it from the ISP. Okay. So you can see the range, private IP address range. For class A, range is what? This one. So this is your private IP address range. This is your private IP address range from class B. This is your private IP address range from class C. This is the reason, guys, most of the time you are seeing 192.168.0.0 network, because this one is private, right? Most of the time we are checking what? Private IP address. If you are checking IP address of your computer, that means this is private IP address, not public IP address. If I want to check the public IP address, guys, how I can check? See, CMD. In the CMD, if I will type ipconfig all, so it will show me what? Private IP address, my private IP address. Correct. Right? So this is not my public IP address. If I want to check the public IP address, like that, what my ISP is using, simply, guys, in the Google I can open one website. That website name is what is my IP address. What is my IP address? I'm talking about this website. So see, my IPv6 address is this one. This is public IPv6 address. This is my public IPv4 address, right? My ISP is Bharti Airtel Limited, City Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, right? So this is my public IP address, and this IP address is payable. So I am paying, every month to use internet. I am using internet through this public IP address only, right? Because this public IP address is routable, and my machine is using what, 192.168.10 dot or 1.4, something like this, 1.4, right? So if you are thinking, Praful, your computer is here, your computer is here, then you have one router, right? And that router is connected with ISP. I'm not talking about the firewall now, right? Your machine is using private IP address, that is 192.168.10.4, and your router, your public IP address is something like, let's say, what, 22.1.1.1. Then how things working? Like on Google, there is one server 8.8.8. How you are able to access the Google server? As you are using private IP address, and you are saying private IP address is not routable on internet, right? So guys, I am going to configure this router in such a way so that whenever this router will receive request on this interface, it will translate source address, right? It will translate the source IP address into the public IP address, right? So in the packet, in the new packet, it is going to put source IP what, 22.1.1.1. And now this is public IP address, it is routable, so it is going to send to ISP. And when again server will generate reply, when router will receive reply over here, again it is going to translate the public IP address into private IP address, right? When server will generate reply, destination IP will be 22.1.1.1, which is public IP address. This IP address is routable on internet, it will forward to my router, and once my router will receive traffic on this interface, it is going to translate public IP address into private IP address, right? So this router is responsible to make communication possible between private and public. And guys, on the router there is one protocol. That protocol name is NAT, Network Address Translation. So it is doing what? It is doing the translation, right? So when we will discuss the NAT protocol, we will talk more about the private and public. For now, is it clear? Guys, for class A, private IP address range is what? This one. So let me tell you one IP, 5.10.200.1. Guys, this IP address belongs to which class?
Class A.
So what is subnet mask for this IP address? By default subnet mask.
255.0.0.0.
Okay, now tell me, this one is private IP address or public IP address?
Uh, Public IP address.
Is it routable on internet?
Yes, it is
Yes, yes.
routable.
Is it payable?
Payable.
Yes. Now let me write one more IP address, 10.10.10.10. This IP address belongs to which class? Class A?
Class A private IP.
Private IP address, right? Is it routable on internet?
No.
No. Is it free?
Yes, it is free.
Is it reusable?
Yes, it is reusable.
Very good. And one more IP address, guys, 192.167.10.1. This IP address belongs to which class?
C.
Class B?
C. Class C.
C.
Class C.
Class C. Subnet mask?
255.255.255.0.
Very good. And this one is private or public?
But it is IP. This is a public IP, I think, because there is on second octet 166.67 is available.
Okay, so this is public IP address. That means this IP address is routable on internet, right?
Yes.
But this IP address 192.168.10.10.
Sir, I can't understand this. How can we identify public IP or a private IP?
A range is in front of you, no, brother. This is range of private IP address, right? So all the IP address between 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255 are private IP address. How many IP address you will get in one network? 8 bit plus 8 bit plus 8 bit, 2 to the power 24,
Four.
right? So this IP address is not in range, right? That means this one is public IP address. This IP address is from the range. That means this one is private IP address. Again, this IP address is not in the range of private, right? So it is public IP address, and this IP address is in the range. That's why this is a public IP, sorry, private IP address. And one more IP, guys, 172.16.30.1. Is it a private or public?
Private.
Private.
private, because on second octet is reserved for 16 to 31.
Yeah, so this
Then
one is public, na then. Okay, range is here 31, right? 0 to 31, correct. So this is a
this
private
is
IP
private
address.
IP.
Private. Good. So you can learn about private and public more here, right, in the paragraph. Then types of addresses, broadcast, unicast, just talking about it.
We have to write all IP in many pages. And
Correct.
that time, after that,
At the initial time,
yes,
definitely. Yes.
yes,
Now, guys, there is some quiz.
quiz,
There are some cues.
more confusion in that.
Yeah, but you will, when you will start solving the question, right? I am going to give you the task. When you will perform these all, tasks, like when you will solve these all questions, automatically every funda will clear to you, right? You will get the fundamental actually. What is the fundamental behind it? But there are some questions. Can I ask you guys these questions? Because these questions are from the previous classes only.
Yes, yes.
What is the answer of this question?
The four layer of the body model which was would model picture each particular.
Well, leave this question for a minute. See these questions.
DSCP IP. Click.
Have we discussed till proxy ARP? No, no. We have only covered ARP till now, I think.
Yes.
And why client uses gracious ARP, guys? What is the purpose of gracious ARP? Because we have already covered it. That's why I'm asking.
I think the DSCP server will reassign.
New IP address to both computers.
No, no. What is gracious ARP? First of all, tell me this. Whenever you are assigning IP to the devices, right? First of all, device is going to check what? Duplicacy, right? Is it IP address duplicate or not, right? And to check duplicacy, what devices are doing? They are generating a gracious ARP, right? It is sending on the broadcast address. Okay, leave, otherwise our subnetting is, we need to cover subnetting today. You can read, guys, these questions and try to solve it, okay? Then easy subnetting. So first it will talk about the easy subnetting. Like you can see the formulas, whatever formula we have used. Subnet mask and CIDR value. This is also clear to everyone, right? CIDR value representing only network bits and subnet mask representing both. You can see network bits plus host bits. Then you can read about like /8 is assigned to class A, /16 is assigned to class B, and /24 is assigned to class C. For class C, you can see this CIDR value you can get 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Guys, if slash value is 24, now again let me ask some question because these are important. If slash value is 24, so tell me how many network are there? How many sub network
Three.
are there? Zero, no
There is
brother.
only one network. One network.
One network, right? How many bits I have borrow here? Zero. Number of network? One.
One.
2 to the power 0 is 1, na?
Yes.
You can put in formula as well, right? First IP address, last IP address, not talking about that. Okay. From /25, how many bits I have borrow?
One.
One bit.
1 bit. So how many network You have
There was two networks.
two network. And how many valid host will be there in one network?
one
Host, valid host,
Yes, valid host.
128.
126, sir.
Oh, sorry, 126.
126.
Yes,
Yes.
One bits we have borrow. Two network.
two
And
network ID and 126 valid ID.
very good. From this
Two
slash 26.
two borrow IP,
Okay. Four
two
network.
network ID, and 188 valid IP.
But 62 a valid IP address.
62 valid IP. Yes.
28.
Three borrow and
Borrow.
eight network ID.
8 network ID.
This is for 27, no? Then 3.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. 3 borrow. How many networks?
eight
8.
8 networks. And how many valid host?
eight
This 32. 30. 30.
30, na? And
Yes.
here
उसके आधे कर दो 16
14.
14. Yes.
Then 8 network. Sorry,
6.
5 bits.
Yes. 5
five
bits.
five bro
32 networks.
32 networks.
And host
6 valid.
from this we have what, how many bits? 6
6 6
network,
one
64,
4
and valid host
Peter was 2.
2. So if guys, if you will divide, what is happening? Yeah. So you can see when we are increasing the CIDR value, right? Number of borrow bit is increasing, number of network is increasing, but valid host is decreasing, right? So definitely if total size of one network is 254, so if you will divide it into two part, number of valid host will increase, number of network will, sorry, number of valid host will decrease in one network,
Yes.
right? And number of network is going to increase, number of borrow bits are also going to be increased. Then guys, same formula you can use over here, like, see, okay, I am not on this page directly, let me take you over here. Yeah. Okay. So hope it is clear for class B as well. Like there is class B also option. Let me show you. These are class B. Class B. For class B, 16 to 30. 16 to 13 you have what? CIDR value. So like guys, you should calculate the
16 to 23, I think.
not 23. For class B guys, see first octet all bits are 1. Second octet all bits are 1. In third octet all bits are 0. In fourth
0.
octet all bits are 0. So
0.
I can borrow up to 16 bits. Yes or no?
16 bit. Yes, yes, yes.
So 16 to
Okay.
if you will
This
use
is
slash
more
31,
difficult.
if you will
This
use
is more difficult from class C.
definitely brother, and class E this one is simpler than class A by the way. Okay, if you will use slash 31 then you will get only one IP address, right? And at least you need two IP address in the network. Let's say you are connecting two router together. So here also you need how many IP address? 2. And keep one thing always in mind guys, that whenever we are going to connect two router together, to avoid the wastage, what subnet mask I should use? To avoid the wastage of IP address, what slash value I should use? 30 See, if I will use slash 24, how many IP address I will get? 254. How many IP address I am going to use? Only two, one over here, one over here,
Plus 30.
right? So I need only two IP address here. So I should use slash 30. And in slash 30, we will get only two valid IP address, right? In the same way, you have to check how many valid IP address you will get, in each network when you will use slash 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like this. Okay, and you can see the subnet mask. You can write down these things, guys, in your notebook. It will help you to understand the subnetting, right?
Yes.
Trust me, after 5 days, these all will become very easy for you. Just follow my step, right? Write down these subnet mask and slash value in your notebook and do these things, like use three formulas again and again. Then, guys, subnetting practice example from which class?
B.
Class B. So see, if subnet mask is 255.255.128.0 slash 17,
17.
I have this IP means it is talking about class B IP address,
Yes.
right? And how many bits it have borrowed? One, right? One. So network ID will be what? 0.0. Is it clear to everyone how 0.0? Or according to you, it should be 172.16 dot something then 0. See, this is
Sir,
subnet mask.
how comes here 172.16?
No, no, this is just it. This in the example, it's telling you
Okay,
that this
okay,
is the network ID,
okay.
right? And this is the subnet mask. Then how to find subnet? 2 to the power n. N is what, guys? How many bits I have borrowed here? 1. So 2 to the power 1. Value is 2. Same amount of same amount as class
C.
C. So when you are borrowing 1 bit in class C, you are getting 2 network. And same thing happening over here as well in class B also, right? And how to find the valid host? 2 to the power h minus 2. So guys, if n is 17, then h will be what?
15.
15.
5.
So 2 to the power 15 minus 2. You will get what? Valid host. So how many valid hosts are there? In one network, 32766, right? 7 bits in the third octet and 8 bit in the fourth octet. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And then next network, next network, 256 minus 128. Okay. That means next network will be what, guys? Tell me here. This is very interesting. 172.16.0.0 is the first network, right? With slash 17. What will be the second network? Then 0 or something else.
Some,
See, guys, what I told you in last class, that you will add this value in the octet where last one is present. So last one is present in which octet, brother? According to this CIDR value.
slash 6 slash 17 means 172 16 dot
Slash
128.0.
16 means what? In first octet all bits are 1, in second octet all bits are 116 bits, and in third octet 1 bits are on, and rest 7s are 0, like this. So
Okay,
last one is
so
present in third octet, right? So you are going to add 128 over here,
128.
then
128.
0. So guys, your first network is 172.16.0.0. Second network is 172.16.128.0. Then what will be the last IP address of first network? 172.16.255.255.
255.255.
Are you sure?
Sir, we are talking about slash 17. So,
127.255. If you will add 1 over here, right? So 256 is not valid, so this one will become 0. 1, it will add 1 over here, it will become 128.16.172. So this is your second network, right? So this is, guys, just one IP before to this IP. Yes or no? Yes or no? 127.255, because next network is starting from 128.0. 0 means what? Before 256, right? 0 means what? Before 256. So if I will add over here, right, it will become 256. So it will not add this one here, it will add here. So this field is going to be 0 and this field is going to become 128, like this, right? And guys, last IP address 172.255 dot, sorry, 172.16.255.255, correct? So you can read more about it. Can anyone read it, guys? Read it. Remember that subnetting is performed in the third octet. So the subnet numbers are really 0.0, 128.0,
128.0 is
right?
shown in the next table.
Fine.
These are the
First, so okay, subnet 0.0 and 128.0. First host 0.1, last host, sorry, first host of this network 128.1, right? Last host 127.254 and broadcast address 127.255, means next network is starting from 128.0, right? Is this table clear? See, guys, it is very easy. That's why I recommend you to read this book for subnetting, because it have mentioned everything very clearly, right? So is it clear?
sir, one question for
Yeah,
confusion.
बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए.
Once we are talking about slash 17, so there should be 172.16.128.0. That may be first network address, I
No,
think.
no, we are just a minute. Let me accept him. Yeah, tell me now. Hello.
172.16.128.0. That means slash 17.
Yes. So what is
So
the
it is first network address, I think.
second network, na? First network is what? See, 172.16.0.0
It means
slash
slash
17.
16.
Okay, let's say it is slash 16, right? Now
Yes,
I have borrow one bit, right, to divide it into two part, correct? So slash value will become what? 17,
slash 17.
right?
Yes.
Network
And
ID is
subnet
same,
mask will be same. Yes.
172.16.0.
128.0.
Where is 128?
We borrow one bit.
So subnet mask is going to be 128, na? Not network ID,
255, 255, 128.0. Yes.
right? This is your network ID. And the second
Yes.
network is 16.128.0.
128.0.
Why am I adding 128 over here? Because last one is present in third octet, right?
Yes.
So we are doing subnetting in third octet.
Yes. Yes,
To
sir.
find the, that to find the octet, like we are doing subnetting in which octet, just check last one. Last one is in which octet, that's it, right? Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have to practice more.
Yeah, you have
And
to practice more, and this book is best for practice,
yes, yes.
right? Again, for slash 18, guys, now tell me, for slash 18, if network is 172 dot if network is 172.16.0.0, what will be the second network? Slash 18, with slash 18. Tell me fast, I am coming just
One
in
minute,
one
sir.
minute.
Yes.
One second. Yes, guys. Second network.
172.16.132.0.
172 dot
16.132.0.
32. Why 32? Brother,
Zero and
subnet mask will be this one, 255.255.192.0, right?
yes,
Yes.
So 256 minus 192,
64.
64 na. So next network is starting from 64. So 64.0.
64
Third third network, 64, 4 plus 64, 128.
128.
128.
128.
Okay.
Fourth network,
192.0.
192.0.
last IP address of this network,
116 dot
16 dot
63 dot
63 dot
25.
this one.
172.16.127.25.
Clear?
Yes, sir. 172.16.191.25.
Sir, 255 maybe broadcast address.
No, no. Yeah, broadcast address of this network. 255 is definitely broadcast address.
But yes, it is not valid, but it is broadcast address. Last.
Last IP address of that network,
Okay.
right? And see in the table also, you can verify it. First network,
We can say broadcast IP also. Sir, last IP means
you can say yes. Last IP means broadcast ID, and last valid IP address means just before one IP address
Before the
of
last.
broadcast. Yes. So in table also you can see network network is first network is this one, this one, this one, this one, right? First IP address 10.1.
Yes.
Last IP address
63.254.
it is talking about the valid address, right?
Yes.
Broadcast address. From second network, check guys here in this, right? 64.1 last valid IP address, 127.254
254. Yes.
broadcast address,
127.255. Yes.
correct? In the same way here also you can check, here also you can check. Fine. Can I move?
sir, subnet mask 0.0 and second 64.0 मतलब कहाँ से सबसेट करने के बाद आता है?
अरे यार आवाज नहीं आया, क्या बोल रहे थे, फिर से बोलिए ना.
ये जो हम मतलब आगे आपने बताया ना 0.0 है सबनेट वाला
हम्म.
टेबल में, तो
हम्म.
उसके बाद 64 आया है, तो मतलब कहाँ से 255 से ना 192 माइनस करने के बाद आया है?
ये 64.
हाँ ये 64 था।
हाँ मतलब 256 में से मैंने लास्ट सबनेट मास्क सब्सट्रैक्ट कर दिया, तो लास्ट सबनेट मास्क क्या है, 2 मतलब पीछे वाले में था वो 192, तो हम 64 मिला था मुझे ऐसे. गाइस for /20 should I discuss or you can by yourself? Should I discuss 4/20?
So 4 means 4 borrow, power 4, 16. So
Everything is here, you can check. If you have any question please ask. Okay, can you guys read?
I think sir we'll be take this more, then we'll discuss tomorrow. If any confusion.
Okay.
4 octet borrow.
4 octet borrow and power 16 hours.
12 octet is host.
Start from here. Subnets. How subnet is 16 is clear.
16. 16 is clear. So we have
Valid
to
host is clear.
minus the 16.
Yeah.
16.255.
Valid host is also clear, right? Then this formula is also clear. You will get
Yes,
this
256
network.
minus 16.
Correct.
Minus 24, yes.
Right. So 0, 16, 32,
We
48,
have to
like
add
this.
in every for every network 8 16.
Correct.
We have to add 16 in every
Yes.
network.
You need to add 16 when you have borrow how many bits?
4 bits.
4 bits.
4 bits.
4 bits. Yes. Then in the same way with slash 21,
5,
in the same way with slash 22, with slash 23, with slash 24.
24.
So slash 24 is what? Default for class C. But this time I am
Class
talking
C.
about class B address, right? Default subnet mask is not 255.255.255.0. Default subnet mask over here is 255.255.0.0, right?
yes,
So I'm talking about the class B network. So that's why you need to learn this one. See, network is 172.16.0.0 network address. Subnet mask 255.255.255.
0,
Okay. Number of network. How many bits here I have borrowed?
8 bits,
8 bits. Number of network is 8. So total number of subnet is 250.
56,
Valid host. How many host bits are there?
Yes, the bit of
254.
8 host bits are there, na? Because 24 are network bits,
Yes, sir.
right? Valid host. Clear?
yes, sir.
Then
Then month
256 minus subnet mask of last octet. Subnet mask of last octet is 255. So what value I will get?
1,
1.
1.
So my first network will start from 0.0, then 1.0, then 2.0, then 3.0, then 4.0, right?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Like this, 255.0, then 255.254, then 255.255.
This is the broadcast,
Right,
sir.
right.
That is the valid IP. Okay.
So that's why you can see how many network I am getting over here, right? 256.
Yes. 256.
So this is your first network, second network, third network, fourth network, and after that, second last network and last network.
Last.
Then same thing you will do with slash 25 also.
Yes.
Okay. Same thing with slash 26, with slash 27. Then
Class B address.
subnetting is in your.
Head.
There are some question, right? You have to answer it. Let me ask you. See, first question is what subnet and broadcast address of the IP address 172.16.66.10 255.255.192.0. Tell me, guys. Slash value is
15.
18. So what is the subnet and broadcast?
Subnet and broadcast.
Yes.
Subnet.
First of all, this IP address belongs to which class? Class B. So default subnet mask is
255.255.0.0.
means how many bits here I have borrowed?
2 bits.
192. It means 2 bit.
2 bit. Right? So now tell me what will be the subnet means network ID of this IP address and what will be the broadcast.
Subnet is 255.255.192.0. Subnet mask.
Subnet mask is
255.255.192.0.
yes, this one is subnet mask. Then what will be the network ID? 172.16 dot
172.16 dot 2
62.
it's
Is 62, sir?
62 where?
64.0.
64.0.
Yes.
Last one is present in which octet? Last one is present in which octet? You guys are confusing. Interested Interesting octet is third octet. Why I'm getting noise? Echo. This thing is called as block size as well, right? 256 minus you are subtracting subnet mask of last octet. So this particular thing is known as by block size also. Block size, right?
Okay.
So these are your network.
Yes, 64.0. Yes.
So this is network ID of this IP address, right?
IP. Yes, IP address.
Now you have to find how it is 64. How it is 64, guys? Because tell me the block size. 256 minus 192, right?
Now
That means what value I will get?
64.
64 or 62?
Valid IP 64 or
64.
62.
256 minus subnet mask of last octet, right? Now check. First network is going to be what? 172.16.0.0.
Yeah.
Second network is going to be what? 172.16.
64 dot
64.0.
63 dot 0.
64.0.
Ah, 64.
Why 64? Correct.
So
Block size,
64.0.
right? Now third network 172.16.64 plus 64 128.0.
128.0.
Now tell me this IP address belongs to which network? You have there are three network in front of you, right?
Yes. Yes.
And
Sixty-six.
172.16.66
It means a class
64 it's
second
coming in
network.
this network, right? Because this network is ending on 172.16.127.255. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you can see this IP address in this range, right? So now see the first IP address and last IP address, network ID and last IP address, correct? So some of the people are saying what last IP address will be 172.16.64.255 like this. No, guys. Okay.
This is wrong. Yes.
Okay. Then second question. Or can you guys solve it by yourself? Tell me fast.
Broadcast address is IP address to this.
Again, it is asking subnet means network ID and broadcast address of this IP address. This is a valid IP address. This is subnet mask.
Plus, yes, it means 224. 220.
How many bits I have borrowed?
4
Three bit.
3, 3.
Three or five?
3, sir.
3.
3 bit.
Correct.
Okay.
So block size
But this 32.
32. Then everything is clear now, right? Now we can design the network.
32. It means our 172 16. We have to find out network address.
Correct.
172 16 dot 32. Yes, network address is 172 16 dot 32 dot
Yes.
0.
Because next network is 64, right?
64.
And
50
this
is
network is ending on 63.255.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can write down the network ID and broadcast ID.
Broadcast address is 172 16 dot 16 dot 32 dot
No problem. Take your time. Just understand whatever formula you have learned till now. Use those formula. If clear, then let me know.
63.255 is the 60
3.255, correct.
63.254.
254 is the last valid IP address, na?
Very right. Yes.
Broadcast is
Yes. It
63.25,
is asking broadcast. Okay. Yes.
right?
172 16.63.255.
Correct. Then there is one more question like same. It is also asking submit and broadcast ID. Then submit and broadcast ID. So you can solve this question, brother. Then submitting from class A. And this is guys most difficult because see the CIDR values, right? It is going to vary from /8 to 30, right? Like if I am using network 10.10.10.0/30, means there are only two IP addresses, right? 10.10.10.1 and 10.1.1. Sorry, 10.10.2.
10.10.10.2.
This is network ID and 4 is,
Or is broadcast ID.
right? Because last submit mask is going to be 252. So 256 minus 252. You will get what? 4. So you are going to add 4 in third octet. So this is next network. This is one submitting of class A. Okay. So you can see guys submit mask with CIDR value. Take a look. Now example. /16. How many bits I have borrowed? 8 bit.
16 bit. That's 16.
So it is talking about the class A. By default 8 network bits are there and I have used 16. That means I have borrowed rest 8. Why I'm getting echo? Hello, hello.
Yes.
Yes, wait.
Now fine sir, गाड़ी पहले आपको
Yeah, Gali, please keep your uh, mic on mute. I'm getting noise. Okay. So brother, if your network is like 10.10.10.10 is your IP address, what will be first network? 10.0.0.0. Second network 10 dot
0 dot.
not 0. Last one is present in second octet.
Yes.
So here I am going to add
10 dot 10 dot.
10 dot. Yeah, I am saying if slash value is 17. Okay, leave for 16 as well. Then tell me what will be the next network. Next network. 16 means guys subnet mask 255.
255.255.0.0.
Then block size will be what? 1. 256 minus block size is 1. That means next network is 10.1.0.0, right? Then 10.2.0.0, 10.3.0.0. Like this, after some time IP address is going to be what? 10.255.0.0. Then next network will be what? 10.255.1.0. Then guys 10.255.255.0. Then 10.255.255.255. Right? Clear? Valid host in one network.
64. 65,534.
Whatever. Now subnet.
256. Subnet.
Number of network. Block size.
Yes,
So
256
network.
minus 2551. 1
Network is going to be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Right? Here 2, here, then here, etc. Like this.
255. Okay.
Got it? Broadcast address for each subnet and valid IP address. First network, second last network, and last network. Right?
So, sir, when suppose we are asking 10.0.0.0 in this situation,
10.0.0.0. Okay.
0. So, what will be first valid IP? 10.0.0.1.
Correct.
10.0.0.2
2.
is the second. So it means it will go 1 to 255,
Right.
and after 1 10.0.1.0, that will also IP from the 10.0.0.
Correct. Yes, yes, yes. These all IP addresses are valid. You want to see? See here. Interface F0/0. IP address 10 dot 255 10 dot, let's say 10 dot 255 dot 255 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot, sorry,
255.255.0.0.
like this.
Yes,
Right?
255.0.0.
So this is a valid IP, right? Now I can divide, the main network again, like in class B and class C. You can divide the large network into a smaller part. So if I want to divide class A network, right, into 256 part. By the way, this is wrong here, right? Guys, this is wrong. All right. We have, yes, yes, right, because we have borrowed only 8 bits. Yes, 2 to the power 56 is correct. Then, can I move?
Okay, sir.
Clear? Is it clear? It's easy now. Just you need to solve 2 to 3 questions from with slash 16 of class AIP address. See, if you are going to do subnetting for class B, right? Then guys, scenario will be different, because the main thing is what? If here we are doing subnetting for class A, that means main octet is second octet, right? If slash 17, then also main octet is, now slash 17 means I'm talking about this octet, right? Third octet. The main octet is third octet. So like that you can you can find the block size, and from the block size you can find the next network, right? Just you need to add the block size in that octet where last one is present. That's it. Clear? For 20, 26, then there is summary. Again, some questions are there. Subnet, broadcast address, valid host, range 4, question 1 through question 6. Then the answers are meaning, okay, it is talking about
Sir, one
this.
question in mind just.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Suppose we have to give the subnet mask by slash value to according to slash value only. Huh?
In subnetting according to slash value only.
If there is
You
plus
will get
A,
slash
then
value,
yes.
right?
If there is
Let's say your
uh,
IP address is
plus
10
A,
dot 10 dot 10 dot 10. Let's say this is your IP address, fine. If slash value is 8, you will get to know that this is not a subnet network, right? Except 8. If there is anything like 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot, let's say 9, that means it is submitted address. So here subnet mask can be 255.0.0.0. Here subnet mask can be what, 255.128.0.0, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So here you need to write down the subnet mask, right? And
Suppose
then
10
number of,
suppose there is 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 10,
okay,
okay, and slash 16.
slash
So what
16,
will be subnet mask? 255 0 dot 0.
correct. Last one is present in which octet?
Second
Second
octet.
octet, right?
Yes,
So you need
exactly.
to find the block size. Block size will be what? 256 minus 255. That means 1, right?
Yes,
So first network 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. Sorry, not 0. 10 dot
10 dot
10 dot 0 dot 0. Then 10 dot 10 dot 1 dot 0.
10 dot.
10 dot 1 dot, sorry, 10 dot 10 dot 2 dot 0, right? Like this.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so here you can write down the subnet mask with all slash values. Then again it's asking you from this network, tell me, this is a question, class class of this IP address.
Class. Sir, we have to identify class from the first octet only.
Yes, yes, value present
Not
in
the
first
hash
octet.
value.
No, no, no,
Not the hash
nothing.
value.
Nothing is there. I told you in the first class, brother, we divide IPv4 address into classes on the basis of value present in first octet. That's it. So only this value is going to represent class. So tell me the class of this IP address.
Class.
A, number of subnets and host bits. How many networks are there? Means subnetted networks are there, and how many host bits are there? So total size of IP address is 32 bits. Out of 32 bits, address 23 are network bits. Then tell me how many host bits are there?
One bit is host.
Huh?
Mm,
Then 9.
9 host bits, right? And guys, how many subnets are there?
9.
How many bits I have borrowed?
7 bit.
Oh, brother, this is class A IP address. For class A, default CIDR value is 8, na?
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. So we have borrowed okay, 15.
So
15,
2 to
sir.
the power 15
15. Okay.
minus 2 is the valid host, right? Sorry, it is asking about the subnet 2 to the power. How many bits I have borrowed? 15. So 2 to the power 15.
So
Number,
we have to write 2 to the power 15, or the actual value of 2 to the power 15. What we have to write here?
how many subnets are there?
2 raised to the
Here it
power
is asking how many subnet.
subnet.
So what is this then? Number of subnet and host bit.
Host bit.
Host bits is fine. That is 9. What is number of subnet?
I think 15, sir.
Okay, it is all talking about the network bits, subnet and host bits. How many network bits are there and how many host bits are there? So how many network bits are there, guys? 23, right? How many host bits are there? 9.
9.
And how many subnets are there?
15.
2 to the power
15.
15, because we have borrowed 15 bit. And number of host
2 to the power 15 minus 2.
host bits, 9 host bits are there, no brother? 2
Yeah,
to the
yeah. 2
power
to the power 9 minus 2.
2. Okay, tell me, this IP address belongs to which class?
B class.
Class B, right?
Okay.
So how many host bits are there?
Aura, Aura article bits. 8, 8.
And how many network bits are there? Subnet bits means, how many bits, it is talking about, how many bits we have borrowed.
CIDR side are all the subnet.
Yeah, for this network bits are 20,
24.
24, and host 8.
8.
Number of Subnets
2 to the power 8.
2 to the power 8 because this IP address belongs to class B. For class B, default CIDR value is 16. Default CIDR value is 16, and I am using slash 24. That means we have borrowed 8 bit, right?
Yes.
So 2 to the power 8 network and valid host 2 to the power 2. For this, guys, this IP address belongs to which class?
Class C. 228. Okay, Class C.
Class
Class
C.
C.
How many host bits are there?
So 24.
4.
4. 4.
4
4
host
host bits.
and network
4.
28.
Yes.
Number of subnet
2 to the power 4 2 to the power 4.
2 to the power 4. Why? Because this is class C IP address. So default CIDR is 24, right?
Yes.
Now are you getting point, guys? And number of valid host.
4 minus
Oh,
4 minus
sorry.
2, sir.
Right. Slash 18. Which class IP address it is?
D.
Class D.
Class A. Class A.
16 IA.
Okay. How many host bits are there?
Sir, 16 means B.
Hmm? 63 na
3.
brother.
63.
Class A.
10 to 72 is
80 network bits are there, and how many host bits are there?
class 8. 12.
12. Number of subnets
2 to the power 16.
2 to the power 16. गधू क्लास ए का आईपी एड्रेस है बाय डिफॉल्ट सी आई डी आर 8 है और तुम यूज क्या कर रहे हो 18 तुम मतलब कितना 10 बिट क्या किए हो बोरो लिए हो 2 to the power
10 bit borrower. Yes. 2 raised to the power 10. Host
2 to the power
10
2 to
minus
the power 23.
host bit 2 to the power 12 brother you have already calculated here host bit na
12. Yes.
then for this network again class A or class B
Class B. Class
class
B.
B.
default CIDR value
16.
using
20.
how many bits I have borrowed
4. 4.
so number of network 2 to the power
4.
4 value number of network bits 20
20 and 4. 4.
network bits 12
12.
valid host
To the power 4.
minus 2 this network
Sir,
hmm.
first bit 12 bit and with to the power 4.
Yes,
Not a number of first.
how many bits I have borrowed here brother 4 na
16.
16 is default and I am using it is using 20 that means I have borrowed 4 bit
4 bit.
right so number of network is 2 to the power 4 total number of network bits is 20 so host bit is going to be 12
How, sir?
total size of IP address is 32 bits out of this 20 bits are network means host bits are 12 this IP address belongs to which class
Class C.
number of network bits
24.
30 yaar
30.
host bit number
4.
of subnets hmm?
2 raised to the power A.
6 sir, to the power.
Host bit.
how 6
So we have 6.
class C IP address means default CIDR is 24
24. 6 bit
64. 64.
no 64 2 to the power
4.
2 to the power 4. 6.
6
6 6
6.
yeah.
6. 6. 2 to the power 6.
okay
That will not be important, but
and valid
64.
host
Host 2.
2.
4. 4.
2 to the power 2
4 minus
minus
2. 4 minus 2.
clear Now guys, if you will try, then you can solve any question of subnetting, but you have to try, right? You have to spend some time on subnetting.
Sir, have you removed this which you have right here? Yes, please. I want to take a snapshot so that we will do the practice of that and find out these answers.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Then guys, here are some again cues. Question: what is the maximum number of IP addresses that can be assigned to host on a local subnet that uses this subnet mask? So guys, if this is subnet mask, then how many valid hosts can be there? 2 to the power h minus 2. H is
H means
host. 5. Third octet. See, third octet value is like this: 3 times 1, 5 times 0.
Yes.
Right? We have borrowed.
Maximum number of IP address.
Host bit is
64.
correct.
It means
64 or 30,
62,
brother?
62, 62.
60 or 30? How many host bits are there?
30, 30 only.
30
Yes,
only.
the option is right.
Right. This question, guys, you have a network that need 29 subnets while maximizing the number of host addresses available on each subnet. How many bits must you borrow from the host field to provide the correct subnet mask? You need how many subnet?
29 subnet.
Formula to find subnet is 2 to the power n. So this formula should be greater than or equal to 29. Now tell me what will be the value of n. If n is 0, then value is 1. If n is 2, then value is 4.
Slash 29.
Slash 20.
9.
29 and it works.
Yes.
29 bits are
Yes.
network. Then what will be subnet mask of slash 29?
29. uh, 248.
n should be what here? N.
कंफ्यूज हो रहा है
अगर n को 0 करेंगे तो वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? 1. n को अगर 1 करेंगे तो वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? 2 टू द पावर 1 मतलब 2, राइट? n को अगर 2 करेंगे तो वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? 4. n को अगर 3 करेंगे तो वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? 8. n को अगर 4 करेंगे तो वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? 16. n को अगर 5 करेंगे तो वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? 32. हो तो गया मेरा रिक्वायरमेंट। मुझे 29 सबमिट ही तो चाहिए ना, तो n को हम क्या रख लेते हैं? 5। अब अगर n को हम 5 रखे हैं ना, तो h मतलब टोटल बताइए सबमिट्स कितना होगा? कितने बिट्स हमने बोरो लिया है? 5 5 बिट्स। तो इस ऑक्टेट की सबमिट मास क्या होगी? अब आया समझ में? तो यहाँ पे आप बता सकते हो कि कितने बिट्स आपको बोरो लेने की जरूरत है?
क्लास सी से बिलोंग करेगा, 5 प्रो लेना पड़ेगा।
यस, किसी से भी बिलोंग करे। हाँ, क्लास सी से बिलोंग करेगा, बिल्कुल करेक्ट। Like here it very clearly mention that you need how many subnet? 29 subnet. That's why. So formula to find subnet is this one, 29. I can find the value of n. This n is what? Borrow bit, na? It is asking about the borrow bit only. So question is simple, but I am taking the long method just to make you understand the fundamental over here. That is the reason only. That is the reason why I am going long, right? Otherwise I can solve it in 2 to 3 seconds. See here, next question. What is the subnetwork address of a for a
Host is IP address.
first of all tell me guys, is it a valid IP address or not? Is it a valid IP address? Okay, before that tell me subnet mask. Subnet mask will be 240. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you from, if you will on 1 bit, then subnet mask is going to be what, 128. If bit is 0, then here subnet value will be what, 0. If you are going to borrow 2 bit, means 1 1, then your subnet mask is going to be what, 190. If you are going to borrow 3 bit, then your subnet mask is going to be what, 224. If you are going to borrow 4 bit, then your subnet mask will be 240. If you will borrow 5 bits, then your subnet mask will be 248. When you will borrow 6 bit, your subnet mask will be 252. 7 bit 254. 8 bit 255. Right? So here C slash 28 is saying what, I have borrowed 4 bit, right? So 4 bit subnet mask is going to be 240, right?
Yes.
Now guys, read the question again. It is asking you what, the network ID of this IP address. So now you can find the block size. Block size is 256 minus 240, that means 16, right? So first network will be 200.10.5.0. Second network 16.0. Third network 32 dot, sorry, not like this, 5.32, 5.16, 5.32, 5.48, like this. And see the IP address 5.68. So next network 5.64,
4,
5 dot, add 16 over here na,
56.
16.
right? So see now this IP address belongs to which network? This network? No. This network? No. This network? No. This network? No. This network? Yes.
61. 61. Yes.
Because last IP address of this network will be 5.85, right? So this IP address comes under this network, right? So you can match over here. Which option is right? Which option is right, guys?
64.
5.64.
5.6.
Then see this question also, if you want. This question is asking you the network address of this provides how many subnets and host, means number of networks and valid host. Yes. How many bits you have borrowed?
3 bit.
So number of network is going to be what?
224.
2 to the power 3.
Yes.
8.
8.
Means option A is incorrect, option B is incorrect, option C is also incorrect. So out of these three answers, which option is correct? You have to find what? Valid host. So formula to calculate valid host, 2 to the power h minus 2. How many host bits are there? Total size of IP address is 32, 90, 19 bits are network bits. Then host bits are
32.
32,
13. 13. 13.
right? So 2 to the power 13 minus 2. Can anyone calculate it, guys? 2 to the power 13 minus 2.
We need to also add fourth octet IP also.
Fourth octet IP means I didn't get it. It is asking you subnets and host. That's it.
Yes.
So subnet is 8 and valid host is 2 to the power 13 minus 2. My God, in Google you can check, it will show you the answer directly.
So 32 into 255. 32 into 255.
Yes. Which one? This one?
8160. 8160.
N-
Yes, 8190. Yes.
That means option F is
Yes.
correct. Now guys, you have some questions right already. These question. So these question and these question. Before today class, you will cover these all questions as well as these all questions, right? So in next class, we are going to start the most important topic, that is packet flow. Packet flow. First, I will check if there is any topic in the basic module. Otherwise, we will start with packet flow. Then we are going to understand Cisco, iOS, and then we will move to routing. Packet flow max to max two classes, right? IS one class or maybe two class, let's say, if we will discuss the memories and all, right? Means after four classes we are going to start routing. So make sure you are revising your basic, because when we will enter in routing, I'm damn sure, I'm 100% sure you will not get time to revise basic. Oh my god, I was thinking recording is not there, but